and they were going to fuse 3, 4, and 5 together. I think you guys might know of someone that's had that done. You'll usually see a scar running on the neck here. Very common procedure. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When it doesn't work, they'll reschedule for another surgery. With each time, you're apt to be possibly getting paralyzed, not to mention infection along those lines. I was scheduled to have that surgery, and I stumbled across therapeutic whole body vibration. I started to vibe, like we call it vibing, and once I vibed for 30 days, not only did I not have to have the surgery, but I also was able to get off my pain pills that they had me on. They also had me on muscle relaxers, sleeping pills, and anti-inflammatories. That's the 4 given pills that they give you when you're in extensive chronic pain. There's a lot of people out there floating around, and I literally mean floating on those types of medications. So when I was able to get off of those, not only did my pain completely leave, but I had the benefit of sleeping through the night, which I had not had for over 20 years. I also had the benefit of losing, quite a bit of weight, because all that medication was keeping me very docile, so I wasn't able to get up and do things. And plus, depression, because when you're on any kind of sedative like that, medication, especially when you're as active as I used to be before I got my arthritis settled in my neck, it was very depressing to me. So I got a lot of different benefits. From that, I decided to open up O2 Wellness. And I was working with different doctors and different wellness centers throughout the United States. I also got the opportunity to speak at UCLA in the pulmonary department, because this therapeutic whole body vibration also helps with asthma or pulmonary fibrosis, emphysema, COPD. It automatically opens up the air passages for people. They can breathe. They don't have to use their inhalers for 2 to 3 days, which is great because there's steroids being put in the body. So all these other benefits started to come into play. People have been getting off their sleeping pills, because what it does, and that's another whole process, is it gives oxygen to the body.
And this is the Vibe machine.
This is the Vibe machine.
So just describe to them what it is and
yeah,
how it looks.
And actually I have pictures of it on the back there too, which I can actually, if you don't mind, can I get up real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get some pictures for you so you have it. And actually what it does is it creates oxygen in the body, and with the oxygen in the body, you're going to, everybody needs oxygen. And people also hook up to the oxygen. So they'll inhale it while they're doing the vibration. And it also increases your circulatory system. And with a good, it's like the pistons of a car. With a good circulatory system going, you're going to have maximum productivity of the body as well.
I've done it. It's fun. You actually stand on this machine and your whole body just vibrates from the toes to the top of your head, and even your eyes start moving a little bit. I mean, and you feel amazing. It's 10 minutes. You feel amazing.
You feel like amazing. It's energizing. Donna's been vibing now for, gosh, you've been vibing for what, 3 months now?
Yeah,
a couple months. So that's one of the modalities. And like I said, I could spend 25 minutes just talking about the wonderful stories.
Tell us what the Vibe machine, how does it work? What does it actually do to the body? And
okay. What it's doing is like the pistons to a car. It's pushing your blood throughout your body. It's oxygenating your body. We actually have you heard of live cell analysis? Any of you? Well, we do live cell analysis once a month as well. We also do thermal imaging at our location to get off of the mammograms. But we've taken pictures of the blood before you vibe and then blood after you vibe. And you can actually see how your blood cells are just flowing like a river throughout your body once you vibe. So it increases your oxygen, increases your circulatory system, and it gives you also, at the same time, you're getting thousands of involuntary muscle contractions. So NASA uses it and was using it back in the 60s for our astronauts who got muscle atrophy. It's doing well with MS people because it's keeping their muscles vibrating and keeping them at least hopefully for a period of time while they're fighting off the detriment to the MS. But so you're getting the thousands of voluntary muscle contractions, you're getting the oxygenation, and you're getting your circulatory system. So it immediately addresses inflammation. If you know anyone that's got lower back pain for the men, for the women we carry it in our shoulders and our neck, it immediately, and we also have pictures of that with our thermal imaging. Pictures of a person with red all over their shoulders. 10 minutes of vibing, the red is gone. So it's an amazing piece of equipment that can be used for so many different things. Actually, I have people that have come into me and they're very depressed. It releases serotonin and endorphins, like unbelievable, even in comparison to conventional exercise. And again, these things are immediate. Some people it takes maybe 2 or 3 vibes, but everybody gets it. So does that give you the explanation? Okay.
So, and these machines, you can go to a place like yours and just pay for a 10-minute session, but they can actually buy the machine too if they want to have it in their house.
We actually have what we call the O2 Viber that I brought in, and if anyone wanted to use one at home, they could as well. So we have it there.
This place right here is in Zacomani?
Yes, but actually, since that brochure, and I apologize for not having, my new ones are not done yet, we've knocked out the wall and we've expanded. So now we're double the size.
Since I've been there?
No, this is the old place.
Oh.
See how it looks a little different? We don't have the
Okay.
tile and it's going this way.
Oh, so I've seen the new one.
You've seen the
Okay.
new one, yeah. So we also do the ionic foot detoxing, which your largest pores, I'm going to kind of summarize everything quickly, but your largest pores are on the bottom of your feet, and what this does is it puts the negative and the positive ions in through your body and pulls the toxins out of your body. It's almost like as if you brushed your teeth, but then now you threw the mouthwash in there, and it just cleanses your whole body out. It's just a phenomenal feeling. The infrared, since most of you did not raise your hand that you're familiar with that, it's not like a dry sauna and it's not a wet sauna. It is infrared is what it is, and what it does is it works from the inside out. So when you first go in there, it could be 144 degrees, but you're sitting there after 15 minutes going, well, what is this? What's going to happen to me? And then afterwards, you start to profusely sweat, and it pulls all the toxins out. It heats your core up by 3%, burns up to 600 to 700 calories in a half-hour session. Very detoxifying and very good for your skin. Very good for high blood pressure, people that have a lot of health issues. Lyme disease, if you know anyone with Lyme disease, they're referring a lot of people to our center because it's a great option for them as well. Let me think. We have the
So you have that there, and I've seen on the website where you can, the little infrared saunas, you can put them in like a closet space.
Yes.
You can buy them just in a singular size, almost like a shower size. We were going to put one in our laundry room in our old
could.
house, that you can get them as a singular person, and they are so healthy for you for detoxing.
Wonderful, absolutely fabulous for you. And then we also have body balancing rejuvenation, and what that is I've never done, this was my first experience with this type of meditation, and I really enjoyed it. I got a lot out of it. What we have is a machine that you hook up to, and what it does is it has a silver blanket, and it goes over your body, and it works on breaking your chakras up. And then also, you have a headphone that you listen to a guided imagery, and it also has and I hope I say this right, the Symphonian tones? Solfeggio, thank you. Oh, you've got the symphony, but solfeggio tones. So what that does is it takes you into that deep meditation level. So you get a lot of positive reinforcement. You're hearing some wonderful things. Like every time you look at a clock, the clock's going back in age. It tells you every time you make a choice of food that you're going to pick good, healthy food. It's like taking a week's vacation in a half-hour session. That's how we describe it to people coming in. The other thing that we have is the live cell, and the live cell is where she comes in and she pricks your finger and she takes blood, and then she puts it in a microscope. You sit with her and she looks at your blood cells with you so she can see if you may have parasites. A lot of people have a lot of parasites going on for some reason right now, more so than even last year, and we were talking about that just recently. The other thing it can show is if you're retaining yeast in your blood cells. It can show if you're have heavy metals. She's the nutritionist, and she does all of this evaluation for you. In addition, she does an iridology. Are you familiar with that? It's the reading of the eye, and she's very cost effective. She's $65 for both, and she comes in once a month, every third Tuesday. So that's a great thing to experience if you haven't done it. We also do thermal imaging. Is anyone familiar with thermal imaging? Well, when you have breast cancer, or if you have cancer, when you go in to get a mammogram, the size of the cancer is about this big, larger than a golf ball. Thermal imaging can detect it with the size of a pea. No breast compression, no touching of the body whatsoever. And men, for prostate cancer, for possible stroke, it detects it at a very early stage. You can get it corrected before those kind of things happen. And there's no radiation exposure. It's through the infrared, the thermal imaging. So that's another thing. I think that's pretty much covers what we do there. We're always bringing in, the other thing that we just brought in, because a lot of the women wanted that, was are you guys familiar with the LumaLift? Yeah, okay, the LumaLift and the Hydrofacial are two services from aesthetic standpoint that we brought in, which work really good, and helping to, basically, it's going to help to take the place of having a facelift.